Some would tell you that they perhaps prefer it to be a little bit more overcast, and sometimes the sun bouncing off the white of the snow can be a little bit distracting for them, or it can make their vision of the course a little more difficult. But that's the guide's job to help. First guide on the course this morning, Dimitris Provenças. He will be helping Eva Niku. Just moments away then. Paralympic champion in this one, Henrietta Farkasova, recently retired from the sport, a legend. A word that often gets used or overly used, certainly not in the case of Farkasova, a medal haul throughout the career. That tells you she certainly was a legend of the sport, but no more. Paralympic champion bowing out. An opportunity for new stars such as Eva Niku to come through. Away goes the 22-year-old. Got a 6th place finish in the Super G in Beijing, so being inside the top 5 yesterday, another steady improvement. A bronze medal. What a way to start your week at a World Championships. I'm sure all of these ladies in the VI will know that what happened to Rexova yesterday won't happen too often. So they're going to have to put in the hard yards, as they say. But, a chance here in the Super G of the first part of this Alpine combined event. 39.43 at that second clock check. Niku, one of the B2 athletes we have here. All the women athletes are actually B2 classified. B1 being the lowest visual acuity in the category, B3 being the highest, so all of these sit somewhere in the middle. 1:01.61 to get us started from Eva Niku. Now Fitzpatrick is away. Great Britain's Fitzpatrick. 24 years of old. Guide Katie Guest alongside her, missing out on a medal yesterday. She has plenty of them in her career. 4 golds across World and Paralympic Games. She's found it rough in that second section though. She was 0.49 quicker than Niku in the opening stages. She's dropped to 0.18 over in the second section. Into the final few turns then. Tucking in for home. She's got to come 1:01.61. She will. She found a nice bit of speed over the last few gates, and it's a time of 59.76 for Mena Fitzpatrick. Sarah Choi up next. Only skier in this event from Republic of Korea. Kim Jun-hyung at the front there, the guide. You can see in the top corner, Martina Vosa is waiting to get started. Choi not finding the line it will take to get near Fitzpatrick, it would seem. And Choi will hit the line in the time of 1:05.08. That's 5.32 seconds back now. Vosa out on the course. He's inside the opening intermediate 0.03. It's not by much, but it's a lead nonetheless. Just 18 years of age. The guide at the front there, Ilenia Sabidusi. And that lead has gone 7/10 in the right direction for Martina Vossa. Mazel waiting to get started, and away she goes, but it's concentration on Vossa. Looking for 59.76. He's going to be just outside. It's a 101.11 for Martina Vossa. This is a good start for Menna Fitzpatrick. Combined times of this morning and the afternoon run in the slalom, of course, here in the Alpine combined event. But so far, this is a good start for Menna Fitzpatrick. She's guaranteed a top 3 place here. Down come Mazel. There's a repair needed on one of the gates towards the bottom. You might see it in a moment. And, well, Mazel didn't get off to the best of starts, but that is a huge comeback through the second section. 0.72 underneath of Fitzpatrick. The 26-year-old powering towards the line, but she also is going to struggle here. No, 58.37. Corrected to 58.54, but nonetheless still good enough for the win here. It would seem, with one challenger left to come in the opening stages. Mazel leads from Fitzpatrick. That gap 1.22. A couple of repairs to the gates, or to the posts on the course, meaning there's a slight delay for Alexandra Rexova. Needs to put out of the mind what happened yesterday. Eva Rajikova taking a tumble early. No such problems in the opening stages of this one. Away goes Rexova. Really announced herself to the world in Beijing. That debut Paralympic gold in the Super G. And it's 37. A good start for Rexova. Still just 17. Huge way to announce yourself to the world. Veronika Eigner at 18. In these World Championships, she did exactly the same during her time in Beijing. Double gold for her. But here, Rexova pushing on. Has fallen behind. Plus 114. It's going to be outside a minute for Rexova, so it's going to be Mazel, Fitzpatrick, Vossa, Rexova, Niku and Choi in that order as they end the first run of 2 here in the Alpine combined competition. Also waiting on. Already a gold medal at these World Championships. Swede settling into the life of a para-athlete very well and very quickly indeed. Also heading down. Turn 22. I'll show. Gets the chance once again to set that fastest time. Yesterday they were all chasing her. 2 golds in Lillehammer. She's already got one here, 57.59. It's very quick from Ebba Arsho. Second out on the course is Anna Maria Rieder. Finds herself 0.19 down. So just 22. Three bronze medals to her name before these World Championships, and the first thing she did here in Espoo was come third in the Super G yesterday. A big chunk of time through that second section, 2.15, her compatriot Rostov's leaving the gate now. Let's take a look at the time for Rieder as she hits the line, 2.77. Rothfuss, the silver medal winner, so all three of the medalists from the Super G yesterday are out first. Single pole user Andrea Rothfuss. Huge amount of experience and success the 33-year-old brings to the course. But an early struggle here. Not only behind Arsho, she's also behind Rieder as well. Hasn't picked up a gold since the 2017 World Championships. The distance behind that she is now, this will be a struggle to find one in this event as well. She goes third. Some 5.3 seconds back in the end. Arsho it is that leads the way. Frédéric Turgeon up next. Go ski user. Turgeon, 23. Quebec. Fantastic silver in the slalom in the 2019 World Championships. But another that's finding herself 2.92 down. The bottom stages to a cheer. But again, 4.54 seconds behind at the finish line, finding it tough out there. This is Vanessa Gaskova. .57 down at the first check to 17. Made that World Championship debut yesterday. What a real wobble there. She's had to almost slam the anchors on. Gaskova to hit the line in 105.55. 10.96 seconds back for the Slovakian. This is Ali Johnson out on course. Early stages, finding herself 2.27 behind the leader. 28-year-old from Chicago, Illinois. Another who does have medal winning experience, or Paralympic and World Championship experience, sorry. 11th place and 10th place in the last World Championships. And Johnson now slipping to 7.37 behind as we see Richard making her way out on the course. Going to see Johnson's finish, it would seem. Richard 116 down. 2.84 at the second time check because he's pushing on hard here.
It is Francis Aurélie Richard, bib number 13. Close
Through
to
the line at 101.53. He's not Annalena Forster, it's Shani Vasby. Quite moved into the women's sitting just yet. This is the final athlete in the women's standing. Once again, this is not Annalena Forster. Vasby. The final section just outside the commentary box window. Keeps them around about 60 or 70 metres until the line. Tucking in to try and find as much speed over the latter stages as possible. Vasby's time 108.77. Well, that was the women's standing category. There is Annalena Forster. There he goes. Annalena. Gets the chance to set the quickest time. Only 3 of them in this women's sitting category this morning. The 7-year-old who took gold yesterday really is the dominant force when it comes to the women's sitting category at the moment. 2 golds, 2 silvers in Beijing, 5 golds at the last World Championships. The one she didn't take, the giant slalom in Lillehammer. No problems here. The style of the super combined 103.58. You feel that's fairly steady. Only 3 of them in the event, so a medal assured with a finish. And here's a young lady that started her World Championships, her first ever World Championships, with a bronze yesterday. Shayla O'Brien. Taylor. 5.6 down, the 19-year-old. Again, slightly different circumstances for these female sit skiers with just 3 in the field. The temptation to push yourself too hard is perhaps not there. And the knowledge that there is a potential for a medal with a finish. They've got to master the course twice. This is Laurie Stevens, who very often doesn't mind whether there's 3 or 33 in the field. She will go out and put in a performance. It's just 0.96 behind the opening intermediate, but 2.71 now the difference after the second check. The 8-year-old to the final 2 gates. Points towards home, and that will be a time of 107.11 for Stevens. Well in front of O'Brien, one away behind Forster.
0.11. So very quickly, the results.
And that's all of the women's action in part 1 of today. Super G done for them. Heading into the men's vision impaired Alpine combined event. It's again starting with the Super G. Pedersen, de la Place.
Ich hoffe es. Klar, jetzt ist noch der Slalom da, den ich fahren muss. Und ja, ich gebe mein Bestes und hoffe, dass es für Gold reicht. Yeah, it was a good start, and I hope the slalom will also be a good one. I'm excited, and yeah, let it go.
How's the course feeling out there at the moment? Is it tricky? Is it smooth? How's it feeling for you?
It was faster than yesterday. It was more direct. Yeah, but it is a good course. The snow is very good, and yeah.
And in German, please.
Ja, die Pisten sind gut, der Schnee ist gut, es ist deutlich schneller zu fahren heute, weil der Kurs einfach direkter gesteckt ist. Macht Spaß auf jeden Fall.
Well, good luck for the afternoon. Thank you.
Danke.
There you can see de la Place waiting in the wings. Nice to hear from Annalena Forster a little earlier, saying the course feels a bit faster today. Interesting stuff. The German. Means much more action here. Start off with the men's events then. See the guy just slowing right down to allow Philippe Lassie to close up. Roy Picard, it is bringing De La Place down. Again, nice little turn over the shoulder on the left side from Picard. De La Place hits the line, 54.67. Simpson here. Count the victory yesterday. Delighted with that performance as well. Again, just look at the distance between Simpson and his guide. Each of these athletes differs in what they prefer and how comfortable they are and how far away the guide is. Obviously, they're listening to their instructions as well, but you just see Rob Poth there having to slam on the anchors. Just hold on for a few seconds, and now all of a sudden they bunch up a little neater. Poth certainly driving Neil Simpson the best time possible. He was 1.24 up at the second check. He's going to be inside by 0.91. It's a lead again for Neil Simpson. Some big challenges still to come. One of those in the form of Giacomo Bertagnoli. Settled for bronze yesterday behind Eigner and Simpson. Andrea Ravelli, the guide here for Giacomo. The 24 Italian. Four gold medals in 2019, really cemented his place as one of the true sports stars of this category. He is inside the line, but not inside the time. Bertagnoli goes into third. He's 0.72 behind Simpson, 2/100, so a second behind De La Place as well. But obviously, all of these gaps are an opportunity to close them in the second run, being the slalom. Comes the slalom, of course. Bertagnoli, time Paralympic champion. This is good from Eigner. Youngster with a very strong start. 18-year-old finds himself 0.14. That's not a lot, but 0.14 ahead as they hit the final 100 metres or so. Looking for 53.97. He gets there, and in big style as well. 1.58 inside. It's a big performance from Johannes Eigner. Michael Goles with Kasper Vallas for Poland now. 0.81 down. The 18-year-old. Here in his second World Championships. 3 fourth-place finishes in Lillehammer. How we would like to put that right and find a medal on the slopes here of Espoo, but slow early start, it would seem. He is going to be 5th overall, so the last of the first 5 is Golas. Some 3 seconds out from Eigner. See Huang Mingyu. Choi go Republic of Korea in the women's event. This is Huang Mingyu going for that country in the men's. Young Sang-hyun, the guide. Again, in the early stages, finding it tough going. In fact, 4.73 down now. Towards the line comes Huang. Patrick Jensen getting out of the gates at the top. And 6.26 down after his first run. It's a 0.48 down, the Australian. He and Ethan Jackson making their way down. Castle New South Wales. Patrick. Straight World Championships for Jensen. Towards the line they come, tucking in. Where will this be? 102.44, bit of a struggle there. Jensen, almost 10 seconds back at the finish line. He falls in behind Huang on the leaderboard. Little snuggle of Austria out next. Only 0.43 down in that early immediate check. The guys have been a long way back at that point and still only a second down at that check as well. So this is a good start for the Austrian. The 23-year-old in his debut World Championships. He did compete in the Paralympics, and the guy just bringing him in towards the line. That is a time of 55.21, which puts him into 5th position, right behind Bertagnoli. And in front of Golas, so a top 5 run for the 33-year-old. Final athlete in the men's VI category. Marek Kubacka. Marek once again being guided by Maria Zadovikova. Again, the use of that speaker on the back of the bag to guide Marek. Not just the speech through the headset mics, but Marek, again, the only B1 athlete here on the circuit in this World Championships. See how wide sometimes he has to get really driving in to make those turns. Again, the factor time in the bottom of your screen, factor 60.84. It just means that the clock runs slightly slower. 31.12 down, similar to Michael Schnagel at that section. He's closing in on his guide. Maria working him hard. They come into the final 70 or 80 metres. Watzke then. 52 has gone. Can he get inside 55? No, he's going to be outside that as well. So this will be around about 8th place, 7th place, should I say. For Kubacka it is. Marek comes to a halt. Just that bottom section, a little slower than the top half. 3.96 seconds down in the end for Marek Kubacka.
Well, the fastest run, fantastic time, sets you up really well for the afternoon.
Ja, der Lauf war jetzt gute Voraussetzungen für den Nachmittag. Es war definitiv, glaube ich, bessere Fahrt als wie gestern und ich glaube, so können wir dann weiterarbeiten für den zweiten Durchgang.
Yeah, it was a perfect run. We made it way better. Also, we cut the mistakes we made yesterday, and it's a perfect position for the slalom race afterwards. And there we are going to try our best again.
And how are you feeling about the slalom? Are you nervous? Are you confident?
Der Slalom, das geht eigentlich, weil das unsere Hauptdisziplin ist. Das sollte halt gut passen. Und ich glaube, auf das gefallen wir uns auch schon sehr.
Yeah, we are definitely not nervous because normally slalom is our main discipline, and we are definitely not nervous, more excited to smash the gates again.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck for the afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was the men's vision impaired category. Next up then, going into the men's standing. Baudet, our Olympic champion. There's bib number 29. Start off with Alan Lindström. Big push. The opening stages from Lindström out of the gate. How quick can the Swede go? Set the challenge for everybody else. 22-year-old. Still searching for that first ever major medal. So close in the Super G in Lillehammer. 4th place finish. 6th, the downhill in Beijing. Is this Lindström's time? We know he's quick, we know he's brave.
With 54 seconds,
Can he find the speed that enables a medal? 57.72.
With 54.69. 5th position for Mikael.
Some 57s at the high ends of the women's events. So too in the VI. Is that good enough? Give him good starting position. The second run this afternoon. Thomas Field of Switzerland. Ever a gold around the neck for Field, but even from back in 2006 at the Torino Paralympic Winter Games, this man has been winning medals. Picked up one in the slalom. And La Molina having a break, and his return. Quite managed to find that podium position at the World Championship level. He's just behind at the second intermediate as well. Can he get any closer at the line? He cannot. 0.78. So it's Lindström that continues to lead. Thomas Field, the 8.30. Comes Paralympic champion Arthur Baudet. You can hear the noise being made out on the course, but completely opposite my window. There's a bank of people with French flags and banners, cowbells and horns alike. They are currently cheering a leading Paralympic champion. He is well inside, 1.38 here on Lindström. What we said was 57 a good time. Baudet at the moment is on course for a 56, if not 55. In fact, it's 54.78. Takes a tumble at the end there. Gives a bit of a wave immediately, and they'll check on Arthur. He's holding his arm up as if to say he's fine. And what a time that was, 54.78. I think he was so busy acknowledging that he forgot he has to stop. Walsh certainly does come to a halt at the top of the pile as well. Davi. 5-year-old from Andorra. Towards the line he comes then, 57.29, he goes second. Well, we wondered what sort of time Lindstrom had set. He's now been beaten twice out of the opening 4. Yesterday's silver medal winner, Robin Kusch. No major medal until or since the Treviso World Championships. He put that right with a silver yesterday. There's plenty of ability there, the nephew of Didier Kusch. And he's inside the time here. This is another good run. Robin Kusch was ahead of Walsh yesterday. Can he do it once again? 0.58. Around about half a second, the advantage that Robin is bringing. He's a little wide through one section, but he's managed to recoup the line that he wants. And he is going to go inside 55 as well, and well inside. 54.18 from Robin Kusch, and he takes a lead of 0.60 over Arthur Walsh in this first run so far. Federico Pellizzari. Two-year-old. And 1.95 down the first check. He's clawed some of that back here. 105 now. 9/10 of a second quicker through that section. Would seem. Can he keep a nice line? As he hits the red line, it's going to be around about 56 this time, 56.95. So Pellizzari goes into third position. A big push from the gates for Davide Bendotti. Eight-year-old Italian, single leg skier. A motorcycle accident back in 2011. First ever World Championships were 2017. Dotti 59 down. Let's take a look at the second check. 4.53. Been a struggle for Davide Bendotti so far. Final few gates. Comes the Italian then. It's the line 7.10 down. Goes into 7th position. 26 skiers in the men's standing contest. A little wave of the arms to the side from Bendotti, perhaps in frustration. Thomas Grocha already over a second down. .09 though, he gathers some time back in that middle section. Rocha, around about the 57 mark it would seem. 7:19 it is for Thomas Grocha, so it's the 4th fastest time so far of the opening 8 athletes. Niko Bajancic big drop in the early stages, 155. It's really hard to get some speed out of the gate, as we've seen. To the big drop halfway through the course. Opportunity to find some speed through this section again. Prijancic lowers the difference, but again, it's this bottom half that's causing problems. Countless skiers so far. Many have gone from being a second down to 3 and 4. Prijancic will be no different. This is another one that's going to be around about 57, just inside 56.88. Enough to go third here. That's ahead of Pellizzari's time. The Italian goes into fourth. Prijancic, the Austrian, moves into third. Barchet and Kusch remain at the top. Kiveri, man from Lapinranta in Finland. Just 1.14 down. How can he change that between there and the second check? What sort of speed can he find in this drop-down section? Doesn't. In fact, he goes further behind. A little slide out towards his left-hand side a moment ago as well wouldn't have helped. A quick run from Kiveri yesterday. Going to have such joy today. This is looking around at the 58 mark. If not 59, no, it is 58.85, but he's 9th position. Santeri Kiveri will not be happy with that one. There's a sort of shake of the head and a bang of the helmet. That tells you everything you need to know about what Santeri Kiveri was thinking. Oscar Burnham, 1.8 down. Again, the French spectators that have joined us on the far side from my commentary position got their bells and horns and flags waving. We're giving all the love to all of the French athletes. Burnham has taken 0.75 off his run. Went from being 1.8 down to 1.05. Can he maintain the speed through the bottom section? He flies past the commentary box window. Burnham will be about a 56. It is just 57.06. He goes into 5th position behind Pellizzari and Prijancic. Thomas Walsh on course next up. Clatters through that blue gate. From Vale moving through 0.37 in the early stages. What's he got here? That's good from Walsh. 0.55. Can he infiltrate the top 5 here? Get himself in a decent position with the second run in mind. Still got yesterday's Super G winner Marcus Salka to come. What can Walsh do here? The leading time at the moment is 54.18. This is looking like a 55 to 56. It is 56.39 from Thomas Walsh. 2.21 down, puts him in 3rd place here. It's a medal position at the moment. Still plenty to come. Walsh was running number 12. Borsan is the halfway marker. That's Arvid Skoglund. Keeping warm. Holding at the moment. Next up should be Jordan Borsan. Here is Marcus Salka waiting in the wings. Can he find the speed today that he showed us yesterday to take that Super G title? Well, find out. There's Leander, that's the Kutikoiki, should I say. Fly high above the course here in Isbo. Just to the bottom right of your screen, you can see a chairlift that's working. Just to the left of that is one that's not. That's where we are. Yeah, production team just in a little hut. I don't know how they all get in there every morning, but they do. Some big guys on that team. They're in the little hut. You can see right in the middle of your screen. I'm all alone in the one below them. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful here in Espoo. There's the Undercrest. Germany. And Pedersen is getting ready at the gate to make start. And about a minute. This delay in proceedings still. There's a good look at the course. You see right from the top, you'll see the start gate just at the top right hand corner of your screen now. You can see where they go from. You saw where they have to go to as they work their way down through this course. Fantastic shots in the sky. Sit skiers get themselves ready. A little while before we see any of those. That's why they've still got their coats on. But no longer with a coat on is Jordan Pedersen. Away he goes. Pedersen chasing down times 54.18 from Kush, 54.78 from Baudet, 56.39 from Walsh. That's the top three at the moment. Again, this is just the first run. .13 down at the first stages. On 12, particularly lose or gain much there. And he hits the line 57.05. It's top six for Pedersen at the moment. Salka, just 0.36. And the reason I say that is a lot of the guys that have gone since Robin Kush have been around about a second down at that first intermediate and then close the gap from there. What can Salka do? It's the bottom section that's interesting as well. Kush must have found a real good line compared to others. Oh, it's a little wide. Oh, it's out as well. He was really pushing, and you could see how much he was pushing. He got himself 0.62 inside. He was pushing hard and just didn't have the strength here to get that back inside the blue gate. And it is disappointment for yesterday's Super G winner as Marcus Salka goes out. Next up, Arvid Skoglund of Sweden. .25, big gap in the early stages for the Swede.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yes, we can confirm it.
19 years of age. This Swede is going to hit the line in 60.70. And the Kress. 42 for Germany. Birthday tomorrow, Leander Kress. Turns 22. Holding on at the moment, the young German. Finds himself 2.85 down. And at the line, a real push there from Kress. It's 58.72. He swings his arms into the air. This is Gakuta Koike. Years of age. The athlete from Japan. Absolutely loves the sport. Been doing it as far back as the 2006 Paralympics in Torino. Never found the way to win a medal at major events as the experienced Japanese skier, but doesn't take away the fun that he has. Through the line goes Koike, 6.01 the difference. Jesse Keefe. Keefe hits the line, 4.96.
Reaches the 14th position now with 59 seconds.
Wilson Grasto of Norway, one of a handful of Norwegians here at the event. .56 down for Grasto. Don't forget, first run only this. Opportunity to better it or move up the rankings to be more precise in the second run. This is Christoph Grosner. He's only 19. And, well, just like the World Championships in Lillehammer, he is going to fail to finish here in this race. Didn't have the great results in Beijing, and out of this World Championships he goes here. Very difficult with the single leg skiers, and as you see, just trying to lean into that blue gate just a touch too much. So there's plenty more skiers to come. It's the young Jules Segers of France, Andrew Harahay. mishap with the final gate yesterday. Just waiting. Stop-start. That's Manuel Rachbauer. Take a look back through some of the skiers that have led the way so far, though don't forget it's Robin Kusch that leads the way. Arthur Barchet in second. And that was Thomas Walsh we saw a few moments ago, who currently sits in a medal position in these standings. There is Kusch. Rachbauer at the gate, just waiting for the timing stick to be pushed across his legs. And there we are, the indication that we are ready to get back up and running here in Espoo. Away we go. Best time so far then, 54.18 from Robin Kusch. This is Rachbauer of Austria. Just 22. Made his debut at an international event in Beijing. Was where we saw a problem a moment ago for Gloucester. Rachbauer navigates it somewhat better. Finds himself 5 seconds back so far. Does Manuel. To the final section, you can see the finish line, and as he aims for it, he hits it in a time of 1:01.86. That will put him down in 19th position. Jules Segers. .104 down in the early section. Just 19. .243 now, that gap for the youngster. Can he find something to get inside the top 10? Oh, he's just outside. 58.35 will put him in 12th position for now. But anywhere near a top 10 finish, so that sets him up for a half-decent chance this afternoon. Andrew Harahay. Only .38 here from Harahay. That's a good start out on the course. How brave can he be for the rest of it? 27-year-old from Enfield. A 12th place finish in what was the Super Combined. Dropping down to 3.17 though, so a big change of pace for Harahay. No issues with the gates today for Harahay, and he will go into 15th position. 4.72, a cracking start from the American. Plenty to build on. As Alexis Guimont makes a start out on the course. 0.56 down in the opening section. Just looking at the standings as it is at the moment, Anthony Kiveri down in 14th place, Paralympic silver medalist. Really would have hoped for better. Have to come up with something astonishing in the second run. Guimont, 119 down at the second check. What's he got here? Is this a top 10 time? It is, you know, it's fourth. Alexis Guimont, 56.54, has found some real pace still out on the course. This is Patrick Halgren. Oh, what a run that was from Guimont. No Takahashi. For anybody that was expecting bib number 51 next, it's not. This is Patrick Halgren, the last of the athletes to go, and he is not only going, he's gone. Well, we didn't have many DNFs or DNSs yesterday. We've had a few in this event. Salka, Takahashi, Glotzner and Halgren slimmed down the competition to 22 in the afternoon session. And there's the standings after the first run. Robin Kusch, Baudet and Walsh. It's a decent top three. No Marcus Salka left in the competition.
Place. Barnstorming run towards the end sets you up really nicely for the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it, and yeah, Super G is my strong suit, so I try to make all the gains that I can, and yeah, push to the level.
And how are you feeling about the slalom this afternoon? Is that one of your favourite disciplines?
No, it's my weakest, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, but I'll try my best, and hopefully it goes my way.
Well, best of luck for the afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So nice to get a chat with Alexis Guimont there. An impressive run late on in the order to put him into fourth position. Our final event of the morning, final first run in this Alpine combined event, of course, it is the men's sitting. René Di Silvestro will go nice and early. Winner of the gold medal yesterday in the Super G, Taiki Morii, goes right near the end, so it could be a very interesting wait for these athletes to figure out if their time is good enough. But certainly there are some speedsters in the opening 4 or 5 that are going to try and set the quickest time, and they'll wonder what Morii's got in the tank a little bit later on. Here's De Langen, Jeroen Kampschreur, 2 Dutch athletes will be focused. There's Niels in the background, Jeroen. Jesper Pedersen is sandwiched between the 2 Dutch athletes. Kampschreur and Pedersen with the silver and the bronze, and it probably testament to their attitude to this sport that they both would have been disappointed with not winning gold yesterday. Kampschreur lost out by just 1/100th of a second. Silvestro first up. Driving in to the gates. Really having to use your lower body strength to force the turn. Using those outriggers to just give them some assistance. And But this is all about core body strength and manoeuvring that bucket seat at speed, clattering through the red gate there. It was 35.82 at the second intermediate. You can already see the finish line. What time will he see on the board as he hits it? 55.52. How good is that? We wait to find out. The rest of the field will tell us if that is good from Di Silvestro. De Lange, 24 years of age. It's been silvers and bronze since he started his journey back in 2017 at the World Championships in Tarvisio. Oh, and he's super wide and he's out. Well, he was pushing the envelope for sure. He was 0.88 up, and that is not the first person we've seen go out at that section. It is hard to get back in. Marcus Salka in the men's standing went in exactly the same position. And here's De Lange. His long wait for a gold medal continues. Just here, look, there's no coming back from that. He's too narrow into that red gate, and he just cannot find the turn. And it's out for Dutch athlete number one. I guess for Pedersen awaits Jeroen Kampschreur at the top. A lot of them will be watching on phones with their coaches. You can see a coach in the background there watching on. Whether they're listening or not, it's a different matter. It's just watching on for what happens. So it won't have taken long for people to explain that Niels has gone out and perhaps where the issue might arise. Jesper Pedersen will be hoping for no such drama. Away goes the Norwegian. Huge Manchester United fan. He kicks off his journey in this two-run contest. And he's already a second up. Big slide out from Pedersen. You see how low they get. It's almost like watching a superbike going around a course, isn't it? Getting the knee right down. Here again, just leaping over. Really digging in to every turn. This is where De Lange got it wrong. It is tight through that section, and Pedersen manages it well, but there's a bit of time been lost here. 0.54, so half a second drop down on Di Silvestro. That time he's aiming for, then 55.52. He comes into the last straight here. He can see the line from there. Has he got a 55 in him? It looks like he has. 54.40 for Jesper Pedersen. He puts a second and a bit between himself and Di Silvestro. And a huge puff of the cheeks. Kampschreur with the slowest of the 3 times so far in this section. Can he find some extra speed? Don't forget that Pedersen actually lost time in the second section. It was De Lange went out just here. No such problems for Kampschreur, and he's closed that gap to 0.08. Yesterday denied a goal by 0.01. Talk about fine margins. Jeroen Kampschreur, also 23, hasn't won a gold since the Super G of the World Champs. Didn't get any gold medals in Beijing, would have been really hurt by that. And he goes second, but by only 0.35 with a run to come in the slalom. And that's close. The two big boys of the men sitting are not far from each other at all. Yesterday's Super G champion still to come. This is Suzuki. "34-year-old. Bags of experience, bags of medals. Last time he won a gold at a World Championships was the slalom back in 2015 in Canada. And picking up bronze medals on a semi-regular basis since then. He finds himself 1.49 down. And into the finish he comes. It's some 3 seconds down from Suzuki. It's slower than Di Silvestro as well. Away goes Pireo. 1.16 down for the first intermediate check. You just see how wide he's taking these gates. You compare this to the lines that we saw Pedersen and Kampster taking. There's a reason that he's 3.81 down, a tentative approach from Victor Pireo. Just gets a little off balance on the penultimate gate. He was trying to get as close to it, not really for any particular reason, but 5.98 is the difference, and that will put him in 5th position. Lubras de Gain, another Frenchman out on the course. Three seconds down here. The Gand 58.08, so he goes just in front of his compatriot Pireo. Gulp of air at the end. This is Nicola Biscay-Hudson from Chile. It's a second World Championship appearance for him. He's been to both the last 2 Paralympics. Just 1.84 difference at the second intermediate check, but he needs to find a fast line in this bottom section to get him anywhere near the top 5. Suzuki 57 is a good time to aim for here. That would put him in 4th position. Can he hit 57? He might, you know. He does. 56.77, in fact. Biscay-Hudson goes into 4th position. Just 2.37 down on the current leader, Pedersen. Kurt Oatway. "38 years old now, the man from Calgary. He knows a thing or two about winning medals. Gold in the Super G in Pyeongchang. Double silver in Kranjska Selaneve's World Champs in 2019. Another that is very brave, very attacking when it comes to finding the line. And that's why he's Audi inside a second down. Into the final few gates then. 54.40 probably isn't achievable. 56 is. 56.35 puts him in 4th. He's only 1.95 down. We're in for a decent finish.
We have a new
Matthew Ryan Brewer. 2.8 for Brewer. He's now 4.63. It's good to get a completed run under the belt.
One of the most experienced
Brewer is going to get here.
in this competition, Burnham
7-year-old,
75.
first at World Championships.
Ryan Brewer.
And Brewer hits the line in
Sacada la novena posición
a
de
time of 101.21, 6.81 behind the leader. Magnus Beltin, 0.92 in the opening stages. Just about see him coming into shot over the hill now. Again, you see how wide he is in some of these turns by comparison to the likes of Pedersen, Kempster, Di Silvestro, Oatway. Those that have really attacked that course and have found a decent line so far. This is clean. Beltin, very young. Debut World Championships and another finish. 60.30, he's 8th position. Again, be a second down in the early stages. That's 2 seconds. The second check. "33 years old. This will be pretty good here. Inside the minute, quite easily. 58.33 goes into 8th position. There's Druggen.
He's now 8th with 58 seconds, 0.33.
Sam Tate. Saw Sam having an issue with some of his equipment before the start of his race yesterday. Oh, and he's going to slide out of his second day. He's got himself upright and bounced off the netting to the right-hand side of the course, but seemingly all right. Just takes a bump there, and you can see him trying to drive in to get the turn, and it just never happens for him. He doesn't get the grip that he needs, doesn't get the purchase on the snow beneath him to make the turn, and it gets away from underneath him entirely. So, Tate strolling on down as we see the face of our man Taiki Morii, yesterday's winner of the Super G. We've still got Sleg, Hanlon, Morii, Roland and Dravitsky to come. No 66 here. If you were looking for Alex Sleg of Great Britain, it's a DNS for him. Ready, 159 down here, Hanlon. .452 now. Hanlon, steady in his run. The 25-year-old gets to the bottom in a time of 101.89. Now then, Morii rolled back the years yesterday. Having not won a World Championship gold since 2013, he did just that, Taiki Morii, and he's only 0.13 down. Whilst he hadn't got a gold since 2013, he has been putting in the performances. Double bronze and a silver in 2015, silver in 2017, Pyeongchang silver, double bronze in Beijing. Those double bronze in Beijing acting as a reminder, I suppose, that he is still on the circuit. And not only is he on the circuit, he is bang level with Jesper Pedersen. Taiki Morii is having a holiday of a lifetime in Spain. He is enjoying every moment. Has he got the speed in this bottom section? 54.40 is what he's looking for. Oh, it's 55.11. He goes into third, though. But Taiki Morii, for the second day in a row, he's right in the mix for a medal. Another fantastic performance from the veteran. Brian Rowland now. 36-year-old from Ontario. Second time out at a World Championships, a 12th place finish in the giant slalom in Lillehammer. Made his way to Beijing to get some experience of a Paralympics there. He got a top 10 finish in the Super G. Oh, and Rowland's down. Rowland's down on the right-hand side of your screen, as you can see. He technically hasn't missed a gate yet. And Rowland gets himself back on the course.
Out, yes, but
See Rowland getting to the bottom. The idea here will be whether he actually stopped fully, is what they'll be checking for. Was there a continuous movement? Even on the side, is there a continuous movement? Brian Rowland clearly felt that there was, which is why he carried on. If they show otherwise in the replays, then that time will be calculated later on for Brian Rowland. But at the moment, he shows as a DNF. But we will calculate whether he did indeed come to a full stop. Billy Bravitsky out on the course. He is our final runner of the morning session here in Espoo. Yeah, just see the end of bib number 70. Levitsky goes out as well. Take a look at the results in just a moment. Yes, for Pedersen, Kampschler, Morii, there is less than a second between the three of them. Di Silvestro will fancy his chances as well as Oatway when it comes to the second run.
Well, congratulations. You were third yesterday. Few mistakes. Today you've rectified that. Fastest time sets you up really well for the slalom.
Ja, men vi er bare halvveis, så nå skal jeg opp og trene slalom. Og så fikk jeg endret litt på en del ting som jeg gjorde feil i går. Så det var en bra runde. Så jeg er glad for å kjøre noen bra slalom nå. Yeah, today it was a bit different, much more speed. But we're only halfway, so I have to go up and train some slalom now before the slalom. So it's going to be a long day, but I'm sure this sets me up for a good spot to be in the competition for the first place.
And are you confident of the slalom? Is it one of your favourite disciplines? How do you feel about it?
It actually varies a lot. When I have had a week on long skis, the slalom could be a bit rough, but I think I'm gonna cope well with it and get some good training runs in now. So yeah, I think we're good. Ja, slalåmen kan funke på en god dag. Det varierer litt hva som er yndlingsdisiplinen min. Jeg har vunnet worldcupen I alle disipliner, så jeg kan det meste.
Well, best of luck for the afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that brings to an end the first run of the Alpine combined event. That's the Super G done. We've got the slalom. 1:30 local time is when we find out who gets the medals here on day 2.